Then would you also say now, even in the VC world, because with technology in advancement, now entrepreneurs, they could raise capital, but now they can delay that process. They could actually bootstrap to a certain level of success.
Correct.
Right, and they could grow to a certain point, or maybe they never need capital up to a certain point. And the VCs now, of course, they have more and more money, they're flush with cash. So you have this, almost this gap. Is this what's creating this interesting kind of phenomenon where there's just so much capital being available?
That's part of it. But when you look back at VC, private equity, and especially hedge fund rates of return, the last 10 years, for the first time, for example, hedge funds underperformed the market indices. They underperformed because when you set up a fund, which I had, a third go bust, bankrupt, a third break even, and a third make money.
Out of the entire portfolio.
Correct, out of the 100%. So you're hoping that the third that makes money, you'll find a Facebook, a Google, an Uber, etc. But of 100 deals that you look at, you might invest in 2. And just a fraction of those 2 are going to be those big high performers. But there is no shortage of money because the people with the wealth, the 4 or 5% that control 85% of the money on the planet, don't like the rates of return that they're getting in the banks, which are next to nothing.
Yes.
Okay, and so they're going to venture capitals who allegedly, historically, have given more rates of return. So that cash, and as an aside, for every dollar that you deposit in a bank, they can lend it out between 20 and 40 times. I'm going to say it again, between 20 and 40 times, depending on the leverage of their balance sheet. Okay, so the velocity of money, which you don't need to understand, but the velocity of money is 20 to 40 times greater than Joe going home and putting the money in a can and burying it in the backyard. So on top of the cash that we've got since the recovery in 2008 and 9, now we've got banks that are flush with cash. We've got venture capitalists, as you pointed out, that are flush with cash. But when the circle turns and when the other side of the worm shows up, you're going to, because we're in the longest bull market in the history of the planet by about 4 or 5 months now. When the other side of the bull market comes and we go into a bear market, which I don't believe we're in yet, yet's the operative word, you're going to see, because leverage works both ways. Leverage works great going up, but it's devastating when it's coming down. And we'll see that, but I don't see that for any time in the near future. Even if Trump who's changed the financial fabric of the planet, even if Trump doesn't get reelected, he's already changed it. I see the lending practices in South Africa. I see the lending practices in mainland Europe. I seen them in the UK. I seen them in most of the countries in Asia. It's changed now and forevermore. And what the kids don't understand because of political correctness is the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Okay, it's like in sales. How many sales calls does it take to make a sale? Okay, how many cold calls does it take to break through the barrier of a gate watcher, secretary, assistant, etc.? When I was doing it, it's as many calls as it takes. Our studies show that it's 17 no's to get a yes in one form or another. Either you can't get through, they don't answer your email, they don't answer your LinkedIn message, whatever. But the persistent guys and the sales guys that we've talked about, the 2 or 3 guys that are pretty good, they teach you resilience, and the thick skin is a gift from God. Thick skin meaning you can take rejection. Sally says that I have rhino skin.
Rhino skin.
You can't hurt my feelings. You call me anything. Just give me the fucking money. I don't mean give, but I mean fund my deal.
Yes.
And and you've developed a methodology to teach the kids how to thicken their skin.
Yes.
Thicken their skin.
Yes.
Because most kids, nobody wants a rejection.
Yeah. Nobody likes it.
No. But the kids like it even less because they saw a parent or a grandparent go out there and try to be entrepreneurial and fall on his face. And that's what resonated with him. It didn't the fact that they may have a cousin who went out and made a lot of money, and they've got all kinds of excuses why that cousin went out and made a lot of money. But the thick skin is a gift from God, and now you won't even tell somebody, well, I don't like your tie, your shoes aren't shined, who dressed you? Jesus, I mean, I've seen people cry, and it's phenomenal to me that how easily
They're very overly sensitive.
Yeah.
Overly sensitive.
Yeah.
The most epic event of this century, the Oscar for high ticket closers. Closers in Black, 2019. The $50 billion man, Dan Penny, the king of high ticket sales, Dan Lok. Get your ticket today.